Now let's turn to the Ukraine war. President Volodymyr Zelensky has dropped a bombshell. Ukraine claims that it has captured 2 Chinese nationals. They were caught while fighting on behalf of Russia. 2 Chinese nationals fighting for Russia. Kyiv says these 2 have been captured, but there are more. And this is not a battlefield update. It is a geopolitical earthquake. Till now, we knew about North Korean troops fighting in Ukraine, but now Chinese nationals seem to be joining in. China's claims of neutrality are in tatters. Are these soldiers of the Chinese army or mercenaries being sent by Beijing? Our next report has more.
On the 8th of April, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed his nation. Zelensky said at least 2 Chinese nationals were captured by his troops. Ukraine says it has documents and identification cards as proof. Zelensky says there are more Chinese nationals who are fighting on the front lines.
We captured Chinese soldiers on Ukrainian territory. Ukrainians entered the battle in Donetsk region, in Tarasivka and Belohorivka, with 6 Chinese soldiers. 2 were captured. Accordingly, there are documents, there are their passports, there are even credit cards. These are citizens of China. I think this is a very important element.
Here's how the events unfolded. Ukrainian troops launched an assault on Russian positions. This happened in the Donetsk region, which Russia now occupies. The Ukrainian assault began in 2 cities, Tarasivka and Belohorivka. And it was during this skirmish that the Chinese nationals were captured. Ukraine was quick to respond. The Chinese ambassador in Kyiv was summoned and he was questioned about the latest developments. Beijing has now responded, deny and deflect.
China's position on the Ukrainian crisis issue is clear and widely recognized by the international community. It needs to be emphasized that the Chinese government had always requested its citizens to stay away from areas of armed conflict and avoid being involved in armed conflict in any form, especially participating in the military operations of any army.
Now, this isn't the first time that foreign troops have fought alongside Russian troops and have been captured. Ukrainian troops have previously captured North Korean troops as well. According to reports, Pyongyang sent at least 12,000 troops to fight on behalf of Russia. Several have been caught and many have been killed. But this is the first time that Chinese nationals have been captured.
There is a difference. The North Koreans fought in the Kursk area against us, and the Chinese fight on Ukrainian territory. I think that this is an important moment which we must discuss with our partners, and I believe urgently. I know that we're a strong country, but we cannot fight so many countries at once that all need something on our land.
So are these personnel from the Chinese army or are they mercenaries? Russia is fast-tracking the recruitment of men to fight on the front lines, and Moscow is even taking applications from foreigners. Several citizens of other countries have fought alongside Russian troops, and this now includes Chinese. Reports show that many Chinese nationals have volunteered to fight on behalf of Russia, though it's unclear whether they are affiliated to the Chinese armed forces. But the latest developments only paint China in bad light. Beijing's claims of being neutral are now down the drain. Ukraine is accusing China of enabling Russia's war. Kyiv has urged allies to respond to the latest developments. But some questions remain. Why are Chinese nationals fighting in Ukraine? Are they personnel from the Chinese army trying to gain combat experience? Or are they mercenaries wanting to earn an extra buck?
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers
who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.